Good morning, America. This is Dr. Turi, and today we have another interesting newsletter associated with this video, and kind of a lot of information that you probably will find interesting. The title of this Cosmic Code newsletter, which is publicized, is School Shootings Will Never Stop Unless. Well, you're going to find a little bit more as we go further into this taping here. What I can tell you is that we can stop school shooting only by teaching children cosmic consciousness. You know how I feel. You probably heard previous of my video where I have said for years now that it is so very important to teach our children anything and everything that would lead them to assure a very successful career. And that means learning every single available topic that the US Department of Education is offering. However, why do children's mind degenerate? There is so much to learn: geography, arithmetic, math, history, science, the art, languages. My gosh, the choice is limitless. Yet, those kids degenerate. You can only regenerate through the location of a planet called Pluto, or the sign of Scorpio. But again, if you have never ever dealt with astrology, what the hell am I talking about? So you have all the reasons of the world to think I'm a lunatic, because chances are you, your parents, and your grandparents were indoctrinated to stay clear from astrology, because if you do, you're gonna go to hell. This is exactly what the reptilians, this negative group of extraterrestrials, had in mind to create religions. So it distracted you from God, cosmic divinity, and Jesus' initial cosmic ministry, which involved, of course, the stars. Again, as I said in many of my videos, I may sound redundant, but there are plenty of people that just land on that video that never heard of me. They have no idea who I am and what I can offer. So if there are religious fanatics or skeptics or atheists, agnostics, God knows what, and they cannot relate to my work, the first thing they're going to do is say, take off. So I have to grab their attention right away by asking them not to judge me, to keep an open mind, and to ask questions, because the 12 signs of the zodiac are nothing else than the essence of the 12 apostles, which relate, to the 12 hours of the day, to the 12 months of the year, to the 12 sins, the 12 jury, the 12 tribe of Israel, the 12 notes of music, and the 12 signs of the zodiac. Things that your system is set for you to ridicule or ignore because they do not want you to know. All you got to do now is go to dr.turi.com and look at the pictures of the popes. All the popes were taught astrology by the Vatican Council, and all the popes were enthroned under the sign of Leo. Good for them, not for you, because knowledge is power, ignorance is evil, and the less you know, the better they can control you. Just remember, God created the stars in the heavens for interpretation. Didn't create them for the sake of beauty, just for that, to look good. No, there is a divine purpose. He gave us those stars for interpretation so that you may lead a safer, more productive life. Now, when you take the essence of the cosmic code jurisdiction away from humanity, all you have is children that are lost. They do not relate to science for where they're coming from. They cannot relate to religion to give them the answers to what it means to be human. They look through the internet to find a very good reason for him for them to do what they have to do, but they don't know. So when you're taking the essence of the cosmic code away from many children, you're taking away the very essence of their spiritual regeneration. They cannot regenerate. So they get easily infected by the reptilians who created all the religion, who cannot survive without your fears and negativity and chaos. They live in dark matter. Those negative entities must maintain chaos and fears and drama and death and everything else to survive. So those kids become a prime target. And this is why it's just a matter of time before another school shooting plague us, United States of America. So reintegrating God, cosmic divinity, and teaching those children who they are, where they came from, the location of all the planets in their chart, what is their mission on this dense physical world, will make an incredible difference in giving them the grounding they don't have, because they can't relate to science and they can't relate to religion, and we are missing in the curriculum. And that's why it will never stop until my students and I manage to find a way and start to breathe life into those desperate, depleted, spiritual, lost children. That's where we're at. All right. Let's go now. Published April 29, 2019, because I need to give you the proof in order for you to trust me. I have to give you the proof. If you know me and you've been following me for years, there is nothing to prove to you, because you know when I give you a specific date during any of my SOS to the World Deadly Window, earthquakes will happen, drama will take place, shocking surprise, God knows what. It's in there, using Nostradamus' 16th century divine astrology methodology for you to investigate, to digest, and to use. So I made the warning. I gave you that warning. I wrote it on April 29th, and I said, be ready, okay, for my next SOS to the world. That will involve terrorism, death, secret, Russia, the IRS, drama, and that will be May 17th, 2019. This deadly window is the one that the reptilians cannot wait every month for 2 or 3 days to come down. And they are using it to literally steal the mind, the body, and the soul of every human being from all walks of life and from all ages to commit horrible crimes. That's when secret comes to light. That's when crazy people go out there and start to shoot everybody. And believe me, you can take all the guns away. You can put a cop in front of every single class door. It's not going to stop the killings. There is only one way to kill. That is to get rid of ignorance and allow those children to regenerate. But the parents, the U.S. Department of Education, the atheists, the educated idiots, as I call them, don't have cosmic consciousness, and they cannot remotely relate or accept or connect with the cosmic code or the reality of the reptilians and the draconis. What I can do is to keep passing on my message and hopefully reach enough people that in the future, while we can, you know, because again, it's just a matter of time before it happens again. I give you the date. Okay, so expect some serious drama, dance of evil on May 17th. And now remember, 48 hours before and after the window, I'm giving you the maximum strength on that day, but it can happen before or after, depending on the longitude and latitude. If today is yesterday somewhere and today is tomorrow somewhere else. So I have to keep a window wide enough to reach the entire world, because I'm very objective in teaching you how to raise your own cosmic consciousness. All right, another interesting thing, I will be on Forbidden Knowledge News radio. That will be, of course, a YouTube place, which is good because that will spread the message. It'll be 7 p.m. Central Time, and that's going to be May 14, or a few days before May 17, a great opportunity given to me again to prove to you the power of astrology and to realize astrology is far from being a pseudoscience. It was set this way by the religious and the scientific infected matrix who needs your money and your support to survive, and they don't give a damn about the life of your children or your own for that matter. They're all about money and greed. Okay? Pete agree with me again. All right, so remember all my SOS to the world deadly window always involve earthquakes above 6.0. And the last window that I gave on the radio show, prove me right again, a 6.1 magnitude earthquake took place in Japan. Okay, and remember, 6.1 or above do not happen all the time. Earthquakes happen every day, everywhere, every day. But when I give a date, it is for 6 or above, not below, because it's happened every day. So I had to find a margin of acceptance. So I say 6, maybe 6.5, but those don't happen every day. And I had been battling a bunch of videos for years with things 6.0 happen every day. But anyway, what else we have? Again, if you want to prove of my claims, all you got to do is to listen to the Journey and Coast to Coast, a syndicated radio show, or listen to the latest radio show that I did, and you have the link. All you got to do is to click and listen when you have time. You might learn a few things about the Draconis and the Reptilius agenda in that respect at the same time. All right, what do we have now in the news? A child leads an active shooter training in this PSA video. Are you kidding me? A 13 or 14-year-old little girl, which has been traumatized, is now offering all the answers to all those crazy future infected lost souls in the golden plate. What is even terrible in that respect is that that little girl is in the element. She's in the core. She's into the school. She's a victim. Okay, she's doing all that she can to help with what she knows. Don't you think has a little bit more wisdom to find in a 69-year-old sucker like me, okay, than a 13-year-old baby that has been traumatized? He doesn't know what to do because all the people around her are more stupid than she is. Jesus, have mercy. That tells you why it will be impossible to stop the next school shooting, even if you take all the guns away and put a cop in front of every single college, university, inside and outside of the classroom. You know, infected souls like ISIS soldier are pretty smart. You know, they use different device. Is that what's going to be next? Using bombs? What are the lost kids going to find out when they don't give a damn about their lives? When they are so depleted, when they have no hopes left? It's because they do not know how to fight those cosmic energy, because no one taught them about those cosmic energy that are eating them alive. Mostly because of the reptilians are manipulating those energy, those cosmic winds. The poor little girls now are served the forces of evil in the name of ignorance. Oh my God. You know, I told you before, I have been thrown out of top networking, public networking website because I exposed the truth. And then that's me. You know, I'm honest, I'm direct, and you should not expect less than the truth from a truth seeker or a soul doctor or a teachers of the cosmic forces. You should not expect less than that. And again, remember, I have much more to offer than all those educated idiots out there, those skeptics and religious fanatics, or a 13-year-old traumatized little girl. The point is, are you going to take me seriously while we can do something? I hope so. You know, US have had 57 times as many school shootings as 6 other major industrialized nations combined. Okay, while the gun laws will play a significant part of the carnage, it seems American children are targeted by the reptilians because of all the religious or atheist reptilians infected, educated idiots, all the adults who do not pay attention to me, to my cosmic wisdom. Well, you can go to church and you can pray, you know, for the safety of your child, or maybe offer your prayer to those who were victimized by those by evil, you know, following a school shooting. But you know, this serves absolutely no practical purpose. It also shows compassion, because we are compassionate human beings, okay? And it's imposed because of this devastating emotional situation, and you have to deal with on a daily basis, literally. This is becoming a habit. Yeah. It's all stimulated by the benevolent Joe Canis. You heard me. That the NRA are going to be forced to a full restructure. And again, had you invested in my $10 Nostradamus Dragon forecast for 2019, and you have the link, if you did not, and you strongly advise to do so, you would know that all that is taking place well before everything is happening with the government shutdown, the political dance, crazy dance that's taking place right now, all these major corporations and what's going on in the UK with Brexit, all these were predicted. One tease me to know and you to find out. You know, a school shooting will never stop because it is not a physical problem. Taking the guns away is a physical thing. Does not come in even close to the equation. It is a psychical problem. It is not a physical manifesto. It's a psychical manifesto. Those kids are going crazy. They're going insane because they do not know who they are, where they come from, where they're going. They have no grounding, and they are bombarded endlessly by the reptile through technology. Well, they can vent out by playing those video games and killing everybody else on the video. But I remember when I was a kid and I used to see Zorro, when I came out, I wanted to have a cape like him and start to sway my sword and try to become Zorro, because that's what children do. They're so vulnerable. Their psyche is so vulnerable. They're getting so much information left and right, and it's so conflicting. And then their parents are infected too. They might take legal or illegal drugs, drinks, smoke pot, God knows what those parents are doing, but they're not doing the right thing for their kids, that's for sure. Yeah. Lady, do you want to go and say hello to Peter over there? Go and say hello to Peter, because he's going insane without seeing you. Okay? He heard my name, but still. Come on. Go, lady. No, she won't go. She's going to stay with daddy. Yeah. All right. Now, if you think the separation of church and state is actually activated, it is not. Okay. The First Amendment that provides the Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, prohibiting the free exercise thereof. Again, practice in the public school have produced a host of litigation in this clause of the First Amendment. However, be sure that was created by religious fanatics who are miles and miles away from understanding the seriousness, the gravity, the dramatic repercussion of taking God's cosmic divinity as he intended to his children to learn to use and to be one with, and away from those children. I'm not saying religion is bad, but religion, as it is today, it is infected, it is detrimental, it separates, it kills, it produces caliphate. You can see that people are hating each other because they have different religion. The same thing with racists, not understanding that doesn't matter what color you are, you still have the same red blood flowing through your veins. You still have a heart, you're still emotional, you're still sensitive, you still have a set of stars. But all those idiots that are atheists out there, they're just see life through their 5 limited human senses. They are also victims. They don't know better. They've never been taught. Oh, I don't believe in religion, it's bullshit. Now they became atheists. And the world ruled by religion only, or atheism, or science only, is a devastating idea. And we are moving in that direction, because what's going to replace religion if we do not bring cosmic divinity, God, cosmic design, and become aware of this magnificent celestial design that healed us children? If we don't bring this back, you're never going to stop it. You're never going to stop anything. And you're not going to gain the keys of what it means to be human through traditional science, psychology, neuroscience, and psychiatry. That's why, again, one of my students, doctor in psychiatry, says, Dr. Turi, I have learned much more in your crash course in Sedona in a week than 7 years in an accredited college. Now, but you were not there. You don't know. You think I might make it up. I'm not. It's true. And so that I'm talking about everything I'm talking about. But at 69, I have had time to check it. I've been touched by the divine, by extraterrestrial. I'm channeling Draco, an extraterrestrial, right now. But you can only relate to me because of your experiences. So if you never have had a UFO experience, I'm just talking bullshit. If you never study astrology, I'm talking bullshit. You know, if, you know, you need to understand, you can relate to me only if you are vibrating at my own cosmic speed. And I'm 69, well ahead, not only by age, but also in cosmic wisdom, because I have a gift. Like Michael Jackson had a gift in singing and dancing. Mine is to delegate the cosmic code and translate God, cosmic divinity, giving you a sign and warning you by giving you the date of May 17. And then you're going to watch when these happen. Maybe you're going to say, wow, maybe you should really understand and promote Dr. Turi's work because it's real. Oh, a lot of people, all my students knows I'm real. So I put the green in my mouth. I'm the only one on the planet doing this. Do you see any other person giving you dates for earthquakes weeks ahead of time, or on radio or on television? And I'm not saying this in an egocentric point of view so that you can think I'm the king of the world. I'm doing this because I'm fed up of the idiocy, the stupidity, the nightmare of all those children being killed and killing each other in the name of the stupidity of all their religious, atheist, educated, ignorant parents. So all the parents, the educational system, the entire community is responsible. And all you can do is go every Sunday in your church and pray, oh God, please save my child. Oh God, I'm so sorry your child has been killed. Jesus freaking Christ. Sorry, my friends, I'm so upset right now. Okay? Don't you think it's time to do something different? If you want to stop this carnage, listen carefully. We need, me and my student, to go back to where astrology were once upon a time, being taught everywhere. In every disappeared civilization, they use those stars and build those monuments facing specific constellations. It is very, very important. That's why I'm so passionate. And now I'm going to be judged because I swear, and I shouldn't. I'm sorry. You know, I mean, you're talking about the life of kids. No, mine are safe in France, but there you cannot have a gun. That helps. And there is other different stars over there than America that create this mess. Oh, Jesus, have mercy. I just need, yeah. Trying. I'm 69. I'm trying. I don't know how long, and if I will have the strength. You know, what really pisses me off the most is that now you have this guy, he's the founder and chairman, CEO, and president of Amazon, Jeff Bezos. Okay, he unveiled his space company, Blue Origin Space Exploration lunar lander rocket called Blue Moon during an unveiling event in Washington last Thursday. Jesus. You know what happened? Let me tell you what happened. Going to Mars is, first of all, impossible. It's ridiculous. It costs too much money, and people start to realize it's bullshit. Okay. All right. So, knowing that Mars and Earth can be something like 400 million miles or 240 million miles apart, okay? When you're talking about the closest distance from Mars and Earth will be 33.9 million miles, while the moon, which is only 239,000 miles, is next door. So if we can build a module that goes to moon, imagine all the money I'm going to make by taking some people on the moon and take a trip back. Well, they was planning to do it also on the space station, but it looks like if the space station out there, it's more of a scientific community that would disturb or whatever it is. So they changed their plan. Now let's go on the moon, okay? Let's go on the moon. Now, don't you think this money should be spent to save Mother Earth, which is showing some serious sign of distress with Earth changes? Don't you think this money should, of billionaire Jeff Bezos, instead of being wasted on going on the moon to make more money because Mars is too far away and impossible to reach, it will take too long, it needs to make money now, or you need to invest now. Don't you think this money should be given to single moms, for example, that lives on Earth? What's going on? Man, if I was a billionaire like this greedy sucker, infected bastards, I would not put it on the freaking moon to make more money for you to go and take a trip out there. You got no business on the moon. It was not designed for you to go and mess around with it like Mars or anything else. The moon controls your emotions. That's where the word lunatic, moody, and crabby comes from. The moon is not hollow and there is no ETs inside of the moon. Extraterrestrials have better thing to do than to use the moon as a stationary, as a place to refuel. There is so much more you do not know. You know, it's interesting that the most infected people on the planet tend to have the more power and the more money so that they can all enforce the reptilian agenda. Wow. Far as I'm concerned, if I recall very well, not long ago, billions of dollars went in flame when I mentioned and predict, be ready for explosion and technology and cosmic news. And next thing you know, bam, there goes all this money that could have helped a single mother that is maybe forced to show her ass on a titty bar to make money because she has 2 kids, and the loser that she married don't give a shit and is probably drunk or a pothead. He's not responsible because he's infected. You know, the list goes on and on and on what's going on out there. And there's no point for me to be nice anymore. I gotta be truth. I'm fed up. I'm fed up of seeing all these kids being killed and nothing being done in the right direction or invested in the right people so we can stop this carnage. Another one here that's pretty upsetting to me is that the Massachusetts teen was mauled and his body was found in an enclosure. It was killed by dogs. He was tending. Jesus. You know what? Animals are like humans. They are prone to get infected too, especially during my SOS to the deadly window. In fact, elephant go crazy, a lion kills their dogs. I mean, name it. This kid is the same thing than his 80-year-old lady who got killed by 7 German Shepherds a few weeks ago. If you watch my video or read my newsletters, I told you about this. And it didn't happen during one of my SOS to the world deadly window. Okay, same thing here. Now, what's interesting is that the report says the owner of the dog has a background in dog training. Wait a minute here. Have you seen the video of my dogs when they were alive? God bless them. My dogs were trained to protect and to love and not to attack or kill indiscriminately. Okay? An infected dog owner can only invite trouble, or in this case, the death of an innocent child who was trying to help him. You know, I had a lot of parties in my house because, you know, during the days, it was busy in my house. I was very consumed with my work, but I always found time to spend time with my friends, and many of them had kids. Okay, I left unattended kids of all age in my pool area over there with my dogs over the years, countless times. I knew that they were safe, and my dog would take care of them. My dog would not kill them. And that is the difference between a smart and an idiotic, infected dog trainer. You can watch the video. I titled this video, Doberman Rottweiler Killer, and it's got over 1 million hits. But at least I'm glad my dog is getting more attention than I do. He's gone now, he's dead, and I loved him. And if you like animals like I do, maybe you want to Google Dr. Turi cats or Dr. Turi dogs and find out the spiritual reasons to why dogs and cats, you know, live with us. So this is how it is. Now let's look in the news again. Shocking news. Florida mom arrested after hundreds of bags crawl from girl's backpack. Oh my God. I mean, for you to let your child go to school with a bunch of spiders or scorpion or God knows what bags in that kid's backpack, it tells you what type of mother you are. Where's your head? I don't know. Knowing that now not only pot but mushrooms are going to be legalized, the reptilians are going to have a lot of fun with all that are infected. It's obvious this mother is not running properly upstairs. Okay. Mom charged with attempted murder after 7-week-old daughter found in North Carolina ravine. Oh my God. Again, for the reptilians to turn a naturally caring, loving, protective mother into a freaking killer that tells you the power those entities have over the human psyche. Those two ladies, of course, are going to be punished. They're going to end up in jail. They're going to cost us a fortune while they could have been educated. Okay, become more cosmic conscious, understand the pool of their stars, and realize maybe their dragon's tail is too masculine, so they need to develop more spiritual, feminine values, part of their karma, something that needs to be taught. Because there are no accidents, there's just cosmic circumstances that produce those accidents, and usually they are stimulated by the reptilians. Okay, now, the Draconis, remember, these are the gardeners of the world. These are the ones that stimulate scientists to do good things. And I can see it today. Japan tests the world's fastest bulletin train. We're talking about Japan. Japan is ruled and controlled by Aquarius, or the planet of the genius, Uranus, the sudden release of energy that produces earthquakes. And that's why Japan is loaded with earthquakes. Oh, that's the postman. He shocked me. Japan is also the sudden release of energy and surprise. I just got one here. Okay, so basically what I'm trying to tell you here is once upon a time, anything that was coming from Japan was kind of a waste of time. And now is the best thing you can get, because Japanese people are ruled by this futuristic planet that make them later in technology. And the same energy is affecting Asia in China. And that's why they are kind of a master in spyware, so to speak. Okay, another thing, I don't know how many of you have watched the Sanjay Gupta show on CNN, where he's kind of investigating why people live a long life in certain countries and why some other countries, or in the United States, they die early. Well, Mr. Dr. Sanjay, first of all, I wrote a newsletter about him years ago saying that Dr. Sanjay Gupta, first legal U.S. drug lord, he's born in October. Much like that Karina Karudin, who had endless panic attacks what I said, she's reptilius infected. She's definitely using pot drug. Now mushrooms are available, will be available all over the place because it's all about money. Doesn't care about the mind of people. So she is a Libra, and Dr. Gupta is also a Libra. So they're all natural pothead. So it's very normal for him as a Libra to be a serious advocate, to support, to promote the medical values of pot. Again, hey, as far as I'm concerned, I never touched pot in my life. It might be one of the reasons why I'm Dr. Turi. Never put anything else than pure oxygen in my brain. So you can read about what I wrote about Gupta many years ago, knowing that he was a Libra, and the chance of him reading or listening to this are zero. However, you are more lucky because, as I said yesterday in my video, doesn't matter your name, your level of accomplishment, your education, there is a big difference between education and intelligence. So, of course, using his 5 rational, educated mind, senses, he says that most of the reason for French and Italian to live a long life and a healthier life is because, of course, of their family and because of the foods. And well, doesn't take a genius to know that. But what he doesn't know is that France and Italy are Leo's country. And Leo was what? Love, light, and life. So if you want to have and live a longer life, or you can do anything you want to with your foods, that's going to work. Maybe, maybe not. Doesn't seem to work in the United States, regardless how much you try to stop the heart attack or the suicidal plague, still there. France is a Leo country, a nation ruled by the sun. Leo was love, light, the art. That's why we say French are romantic, Italians are romantic. It affects our language. Mais oui, vous êtes gentil, monsieur, madame. Je vous aime très bien. Et la nourriture française est superbe. A little bit different than the German. Yeah, which is Martian, which is war, which is aggressivity. And of course, Hitler was born in April. To the sign of Aries, even though that people think he's a Taurus. So, Mr. Gupta out there, maybe you should take my astropsychology course and realize that all countries of the world are controlled by the stars, and those that are lucky enough to be controlled by the sun, like France and Italy, will bless the people with a longer, healthier life, because this is God's cosmic design and God's cosmic order. And that's maybe why at 69, I still look young. And why Nostradamus was so good in handling all sorts of natural means to heal you. Something I will do in my UFO upcoming conferences in October or early next year. In the anti-aging getaway cruises. Man, I just can't believe the idiocy out there. Those people, they are in place of power. They control your life. They have national access, national exposure, and they know zilch about astrology. It's sacrilège, as we say in French. Sacrilège. And I don't know if you're aware of it, but again, I have to be honest with you. If you go in my website, there's all sorts of interesting banner, but there is one that maybe you should pay attention. One of them is about Hippocrates too. He was a Greek physician of the age of Pericles, and it is, as of today and since forever, considered the most outstanding figure in the history of medicine. Do you know what he said? Do you know what he wrote? A physician without a knowledge of astrology has no right to call himself a physician. That is from the father of medicine. And now you have Sanja, You have all these doctors out there that are going to load you with all sorts of potent medication trying to fix you, when naturally you're set to use natural means to heal yourself. If you don't have the right stars, well, maybe you should have a talisman that has a lot of Leo energy in it to bring that health. Leo was the heart, okay? So maybe they will support your heart's cosmic vibration energy. There's so many means to support that. I know you might ask, okay, Dr. Turi, what is America? Well, America is born July 4, 1776. That's the date of incorporation. So America is Cancer. Cancer was what? Stomach. Cancer was what? Food. America, the biggest country in the world, is a cancer country, able to support itself and support the rest of the world because there's so many vast plains that you can cultivate and produce food. And that's why, you know, the problem in America that's killing people is food. Too much food. The good news is America was born with the head of the dragon in Leo. Leo, that's why France and America always that secret love affair. While we give you the Eiffel Tower. And Leo is in the second house of money of America, making America the most wealthy or powerful country in the world. That will never change. That's the way it is. The Middle East is Pisces, where all the religions were born. Russia is Scorpio. That's why, you know, the USSR died and now they become Russia. And there's so much more you have to learn. Oh my God, so much more you have to digest. Those videos will never cut it, but at least, you know, doing what I can is what I can. Okay, my next trip will be contacting the deserts. Again, I'm waiting now for, apparently I'm going to have surgery. Remember, I teach you natural means to avoid cancer, to avoid things that happen to me. But never cast aside the education in science, because without those phenomenal doctors and their education, and I'm not contradicting myself, okay? Understand that when you break your elbow like I did, or you need to have work done on your hip because you're too old, only surgery will do the job. So you need to understand the limit on staying natural, okay? Your teeth, this is the only thing in the human body, the only thing that does not regenerate itself. So you cannot regrow your teeth, okay? And when they're messed up, well, then you change them, okay? That's what you can do. So what I'm trying to tell you, understand your limits. Be practical. Don't be completely the woo-woo, nirvanika goner out there, you know? Just be practical. Use your critical thinking anytime you dwell with natural health. I have gifts. And all that happened to me, I know why. And I would explain it all to you in many of my conferences. The next one is in Contact in the Desert, May 31st to June the 3rd. I'm going to be also, luckily for me, seeing my friend George Norrie and Tom, with a lot of my speaker friends that I know out there, and those who don't like me, of course, they will see me there too. Maybe I will do a little speech to explain what it means for George Norrie to be born under the sign of Gemini, like Art Bell, or like no accident, why those guys are messengers of the gods, why they were placed into behind a microphone. Like me, I have the hidden dragon in Gemini, I have the moon in Gemini. No accident, you know, the stars, God's will. Understand it, can describe it. What about you? And what is your soul's purpose? What is your fear principle? Where is the great malefic located? Are you on your head or your tail of the dragon? Are you following the universal law that applies directly, personally to you? Do you understand the forces coming from your subconscious and your superconscious? What is about your sixth house of health? What sign regulates this house? And what planet is in there that can work for or against you? What is in your third house that rules your mind? Are you a Neptunian? Are you a woo-woo? Are you a deceptive person? Are you afraid? Do you have panic attack? Do you feel you are infected? You know, knowledge is power, ignorance is evil. when I do a reading, either in Skype, face-to-face, or tape reading, if I'm too busy and meditate, I have more answers than you have questions from me. That's why you're not allowed to talk until I'm done. Then you have all the time to discuss things that I know. And believe me, you should see the faces of the people. Oh my God. And what they said about my work. Well, again, that's me to know and then to know, because they have experienced, Dr. Turi. You did not. Is it worth it to spend some money, $300 or $700, when your life depends on it? Are you willing to be sick and spend a few $100,000? Or are you going to be a little bit more curious and smart and understand your cosmic composition and what God wants you to accomplish, and where He will protect you and where He will deny any form of answering your prayer if you ride your tail on the dragon? So much to say, my friend, so much to say. I hope you will join me, most importantly, on that UFO cruise starting October 6th to the 13th. Oh my gosh, the cosmic winds on that UFO conference are exceptional. To the point where I tell you myself, and I'm telling you now, and you'll be in the ship with me to witness it, you're going to have a big, huge surprise on that ship. Oh, yes. It's going to be pretty interesting. So if you're into UFOs, and if you don't want to spend $700, well, join that conference, okay? Join that conference. I'm going to be taking care of you for $200 instead of $700. So this way you can enjoy every single speaker's repertoire of wisdom out there. But keep in mind that many of them have never seen a UFO. And little do they know that I channel an extraterrestrial called Draco, the one that is speaking through me right here, right now for you, the one that I channel to help me to dissect your cosmic divinity and to give you the best of the best reading and the best prediction for the next 2, 3, or 4 years ahead of you. That's what Draco does. And that night, when I'm beyond stage and start that safe, light, regressive session, I'm going to use His power through me to you. And then you're going to see a few days after the difference and the reality of the power of Draco. Join me on that UFO cruise, and I guarantee you that you'll never forget it. And if you're more into health, then join me at that anti-aging getaway cruise. Either way, let me know before, okay? So we can work out a deal with you, another deal. Until then, all right, guys, God willing, as always, we take this opportunity to thank you for listening to me. And if in any way, shape, or form, you feel my work as something to offer to the children, and you trust me, and we can stop this nightmare of school shooting, just help me. Anyway, help me. I desperately need your help because I only have you. And if you can't, at least share my work, because there is karma. You're not here listening to me by accident. You're part of the solution. You need to keep you end of the bargain progressive. All right, my friends, talk to you again. God willing.